This is the most complete guide on how to use Metatrader 5 for beginners. In this complete course, you are going to learn everything that you need on Metatrader 5, from the download and installation process, understanding the interface, setting up your trading charts, placing and managing your trades, and also customizing your settings so that they fit what you like. I'm going to explain the key features of Metatrader 5, which includes the market watch, the navigator, the chart window, the toolbars, the terminal window, the order window, and also some analytics tools that you can use inside Metatrader 5. I'll also show you how to set up your stop loss and take profit orders, how to use drawing tools like rectangles, trend lines, and also how to use indicators like moving averages and more. So this sounds like a long video, so I have managed to put timestamps in the description so that you can jump from one place to another easily throughout the video. So with that being said, if you like this type of videos, make sure you like this one and also subscribe to the channel for more videos to come. So let's jump into the video and get started. So I'm going to start off by downloading and installing Metatrader 5. So to download and install Metatrader 5, the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to Google and you search in metatrader5.com. When you go to search metatrader5.com, you are going to land on the official Metatrader 5 website. And on this website, you are going to be able to download your Metatrader 5 setup. So to download your Metatrader 5 setup, you are going to click this big button which says download Metatrader 5 for Windows. If you use Mac, you can download this one for Mac. And if you want to use Metatrader on your browser, you can use this web terminal. But I recommend you to download Metatrader in your computer. So once you do this, when you click this button, you are going to download your you're going to see your Metatrader 5 setup being downloaded. All you have to do is you have to save this file on your computer and be able to install. Now to install Metatrader 5, what you want to do is you want to find Metatrader 5 setup inside your folder. When you get to your folder, you just click on the setup. When you double click on the setup is going to prompt you to install on your computer. Now once you do this, you are going to see Metatrader being installed. Just make sure that you don't switch off your internet when downloading and installing Metatrader, because the Metatrader 5 installation process involves downloading of some files on the internet. So make sure when you open Metatrader for the first time, it's gonna ask you to create a demo account automatically. So the account that it creates is just a demo account. So to install an account from your own broker, you have to know the process of installing or connecting your account from the broker to Metatrader 5. If you want to learn how to connect a broker that I use, which is Deriv, to Metatrader 5, I've left a video. I'll put a link down here or in the description so that you can know how to connect your broker's account to Metatrader 5. It's very, very easy, right? So now once you understand this, let's move on to the next window that you can be using, right? Okay, now that you have downloaded and installed Metatrader on your computer, the next thing is to understand the interface, right? So on the interface, we have a lot of things that you can see right here, and this might look intimidating or confusing at first, but I'm going to show you step by step what each and every one of these things mean and what you can use. So to start off, we are going to start off with the market watch. So what is the market watch? So the market watch is just a display where you see all the instruments that you are trading in real time, and you are going to be seeing their codes or their exchange rates in real time. Okay, so if you come to your interface, you are going to see on the top left corner there is this window here which you have got all the instruments that you have. For example, we have your symbol which is written down here, and then we have your bid price, we have the ask price. So what this means is that your instrument right here, you have got this exchange rate which you can see right here, and also we have what is called the daily change. What the daily change does is that it shows you how much percentage that does this currency move or have this currency moved on that day. So for example, if you look at this, you're going to see that GBP/USD you have moved with 0.14%, but also at the same time NZD/USD you have moved with 1.01, which means that if you are trading or before you place your trades on these instruments, you can clearly see that the NZD USD have got more volatility. It moves a lot as compared to GBP USD, for example, right? Now, the other thing that you can do with this market watch is you can add all the instruments that you want to see right here. So let's say, for example, you see all these instruments and there is an instrument that you can't see here. Like for example, let's say you want to trade the USD South African rand. So you can just type in USD ZAR, which means USD to South African rand. Then you click. When you click here, you hit enter on your computer. You are going to see that this pair have been added on the market watch, and you can see it right here. So all you have to do is know what the symbol is for that instrument that you want to place your trade on, and then you can add on this platform right here. Now, the other thing that you can do on market watch is to be able to add these instruments to the charts, right? So let's say, for example, I want to trade, as I said, gold, right? So I can see that on my charts right here, there is no chart for gold. I will talk more about the charts. What I can do is I can right click on this, and then you're going to see a drop down which asks me what I want to do, right? So for example, I can be able to place a new order, right? I can place a new order on this. I can open chart window. I can open tick chart. I can open the depth of market and all the other things, right? So in this case, what I will do is I will just click on chart window. If I click on chart window right here, you are going to see a new chart is going to be opened for gold, right? So this is the chart for gold. So if you want to watch, if you want to analyze the market, analyzing the market, you can use this chart right here to do whatever you want to do, right? Okay, now let's move into the chart window and understand how the chart window works. So what is the chart window? The chart window is this window where you see your charts of the instruments that you are placing your trades on, right? So for example, this is the chart for USD JPY, right? So which means if I open this chart, I will be analyzing USD JPY, which means the United States dollar and the Japanese yen, right? So by default, when you download and install Metatrader for the first time, this chart can come as a bar chart or it can come as a candlestick chart, right? So what is a bar chart? A bar chart is this chart that shows you these bars right here, right? So you can see these are just bars that are moving up and down, right? So to change this, because I know that most of you guys are going to be using the candlestick chart. So all you have to do is click right here, right? When you click this, this is a symbol for candlestick charts, right? So you can click on here, and then you are going to see now instead of bars, you have what are called candlesticks. Why do you need candlesticks? You need candlesticks because candlesticks gives you more information like the direction of the candle, the opening price, the closing price, the size of the wicks, and also the momentum of the candles, right? If you want to learn more about candlesticks and candlestick charts, I'll also leave a link in the description below. It's a free video. Make sure to check it out. Now, this chart, the way that is set up is that you can change different time frames on this chart. And what is a time frame? A time frame is basically the time that you are, or the period that you are analyzing the market on. For example, if you want to see the prices based on what is happening each and every day, you select the daily time frame. We'll talk more about that, right? So which means each and every candle that is here is representing 1 day, right? If I change this to a 1 hour time frame, each and every candle is going to be representing 1 hour, right? So this is the chart window. So on the chart window, when you right click on the chart window, there's a lot of information or a lot of things that you can do on the chart window, right? So what you can do, if you click on trading right here, you can place alerts, you can place your buy limit, buy stop. Also, you can activate or deactivate one-click trading. What is one-click trading? If you see here, there's a button here which says buy and sell, right? So you can just click here, buy or sell. But if you don't want to see this window, you can just remove it, right? The other thing that you can do right here is saving templates, right? So on saving templates, I'm going to show you what that means, but I'm going to do it in the next chapter, because before we do that, I also want you to understand the order window and how do you place these trades. Now, as we are still on the chart window, there's something that you might like to do, right? So on this chart, you can see that I'm opening one chart at a time. But what if I want to see what is happening on all the charts at the same time, right? So to do this, you can just click here on the top here where it says window, right? Where it says window, and then you click on tail windows, or you click out and R at the same time. When you did this, you're going to see all the charts at the same time. So just to make sure I have some order, let me just remove one of these charts, right? And you can see that if I do this, I can see all the charts at the same time, right? Now, what this does is it saves you time to look into each and every one of these charts, but at the same time it can also confuse you to get all these charts at the same time. But this is what you do: you just click on window, click on tile window, and then or you click out and R at the same time, and you can get all these charts and you can see all the instruments at the same time. Now, the next feature that you might like to talk about is the toolbar. What is the toolbar? The toolbar is this big bar that you see on top of the chart and on top of the market watch, right? Now, this toolbar works a lot, right? So the first thing that you can do with this toolbar is to get all the tools that you need, right? For example, if you want to get the crosshair tool here, right, you can click Control F, or you can click right here where it says crosshair, right? So if you click here, you are going to get this crosshair tool here, which helps you to see either to measure the number of pips from a certain point to a certain point, or to just see what is the price point at this marketplace, right? Okay, so I'll click out D to make this as a bigger window, and then if I get this crosshair tool, as I said, you are going to see that now I can measure from one point to another, right? So let me show you what I mean by this, right? So if I want to measure from this point right here to this point right here, I can just click here, and as I'm clicking, I will drag to this bottom corner right here, and this crosshair will either measure the number of bars that are from that point to that point, or it can measure the number of pips from point A to point B. Also, what is the movement of the market, the percentage, the daily percentage change of the market, right? So in this case, you can see that from our starting point to this point right here, we have around 906 points, which is 90 pips, which is 0.62% movement of that day, right? Now, some of these things you're going to use it when you want to set your stop loss and you take profits. So you measure from your entry to where you want to put your stop loss, and you see how many pips are there. So from example, if you buy here and then if we put our stop loss down here, you are going to be risking 24 pips or 242 pips points, I mean, from point A to point B, or from our entry to our stop loss. Now that's how you use the crosshair tool. The next tool that you might use is the vertical line, right? So the vertical line is just a line that marks a certain point. Let's say maybe you want to mark this point and then zoom back to other time frames to see what is happening at that point specifically. So this is where you use the vertical tool, right? You can also use it just as a journaling tool, right? So what I like to do sometimes is that when I place a trade, right, I would just come when the trade plays out. If the trade is a winning trade, I'll just draw a vertical tool or a vertical line, I mean, on that point. And if the line is green, that means that was a winning trade. And if the line is red, that means that was a losing trade. So that's how you use the vertical tool. You also have the horizontal tool. The horizontal tool, most people, they use it to measure support and resistance, or sometimes just to mark up which are the levels of interest that they want to use in the market, right? So for example, if you want to mark up the upper part of this and the lower part of this, you can use the horizontal tool. Now, some of these tools are like the trend line. You are going to use them more once you understand deeply how to analyze the market, because you need to know where to draw and where to put these tools, right? But what the toolbar does, it shows you different tools that you can use in the market, right? It also allows you or give you access to change the time frames, right? So for example, this chart right here is on the M5 time frame. Why? Because you can see right here it's written M5, right? So if I want to change this to M15, I'll just click here to M15 and you can see I've managed to change the time frame. I can also change to 1 hour and you can see that the chart is changing and I'm managing to change the time frame. Now, the next part of the toolbar is this point here where you can access the MQL5 market. Now, the MQL5 market is something that maybe most of the people don't use it, but it is a place where you can buy or download or connect your trading account to other traders, right? For example, if you want to buy trading robots, if you want to buy custom indicators, if you want to buy expert advisors, if you want to do copy trading, if you want to do things like that, you can access it through the market, the Metatrader or the MQL5 market. So to access this market, you can click different things right here. So for example, if you click this button here which says open market watch, if you click this bag right here, it looks like a bag, this symbol which looks like a bag, you can open the MQL5 market inside of Metatrader, right? And as for now, my MQL5, you have no data because this is a brand new account that I created just for this video. But I'm going to show you in a minute how to access the MQL5 and how it works, right? Other thing that you can access here, and you can open MQL5 virtual hosting if you are trading with robots. You can also register your account as a source of trade signals. If you want to give signals to other people, you can access that, right? Okay, so this is the MQL5 market, and these are different trading robots that are being sold right here. You can see 499, 699, 899, 599. These are people selling their trading robots and EAs, right? Most of the EAs on this website are very, very expensive. If you want to get a free EA, a free trading robot that trades for you and it's completely free, make sure you check out the link in the description below. Now, the next part of the toolbar is here where you place you place your new orders, right? So to place a new order is simply to place a new trade, right? So for example, let's say you were analyzing this market and for some reason you think that this should go to the upside, this market should bounce to the upside, so you want to buy. What you do on MetaTrader 5 is you click on this new order. When you click this, you will see this is the order window, right? So this is the order window. So let me explain how the order window works. Now on this order window, what happens here is that you can select the symbol that you want to place a trade on, right? So in this case, I want to place a trade on USD right? And I want my trade to be instant execution, which means the price that I click to buy or sell should be the price that I buy or sell, right? You can change this to different things like pending orders. If you go to pending, if you place pending orders, that means you are willing to buy or sell on top or below of the price that the market is at. So I just go back to instant execution because I want to place the trade right now. So here where is written volume, this is where you put your lot sizes, right? So for example, let's say I want to, the smallest lot size is 0.01, which means I'm buying or selling 1000 USD, right? If I add here, I can add here maybe to 1, right? If I put 1 here, this becomes a standard lot, right? So let's say I want to buy at this point, right? Now, the other window that you want to take care of is the stop loss and take profit part, right? Now, if you look at this, you're going to see here, it's written stop loss and it's written take profit, right? Now, if you are buying, right, which means you want the market to go up, so you're going to place your stop loss below, right? I will explain in a minute how to place in your stop losses in a right way, right? But basically, that's what it means, right? So you put your stop loss here and you take profit. So make sure you stay tuned before we talk about how to place your stop losses and where to place your stop losses, right? So in this case, I wanted to buy, so I will just buy. As you can see, when I buy here, it mean when I click buy here, you are going to see that I have managed to buy right here, right? So I've managed to buy, and if I go to my trade window, you are going to see on top, bottom right here, that there is USDJPY, and I bought one standard lot, and this is my my profits and losses right here, right? So this is what you do when buying and selling using the new order button on the toolbar. So on this toolbar, you can also see that we have a part where you can change this to a line chart by clicking here to a bar chart. I mean, and also you can see that you can also change it to a candlestick chart, and you can also change it to a line chart. Right now, the next feature that you can the next feature that you want to understand is this terminal window. Okay, so what is a terminal window? A terminal window is this window right here, which allows us to see our account details. So for example, it's going to allow you to see your account balance, your equity, the history, the mailbox, the news, the company, the alerts, the experts, the journal, whatever you are doing in the market, right? So I will show you how to use this, right? So you are going to see that on the bottom left corner, you have your trade where it says trades. So on this is where you see the trade that you just placed. For example, this is the trade that I just placed. You also see your balance on your account. You also see the equity that is on your account, the margin, the free margin, and the margin level on your account. Now, the next thing that you see on the terminal window is the exposure. The exposure simply shows you the instruments that you are being trading at the same time, and you are going to see which are the instruments that are here. Let's say you have multiple orders or you have multiple trades. You are going to see which instrument am I involved with the most in the market, right? For example, this trade that we placed was a USDJPY, which means I've been I've been trading the USD, which means you can see the graph is big, and then the JPY, and you can see I have you are going to see I have the long position, right? So the long position is for USD because I bought USD against the JPY, which is the short position, right? So I am in a long position, which is a buy trade in other words, right? The other thing that you see on this market window is the history, right? On this terminal window is the history, right? So let's say I had just closed this trade, right? So let me just close this trade. So you can right click here, and then what I can do is I can modify or delete or close position, right? So I'll just close this position right here. So right now it looks like I cannot close this position because of news, because of slippage, and the market is moving. But let's say I had managed to close that position. This is where you see the history of all the trades that you had placed in the past, right? So you see all the history here. On the next panel, there is the news panel, right? So this is, as I said, this market is moving so fast because of news, right? And if you check on the news site right here, you're going to see that there's probably some news that have already came out. For me, when I'm looking for news or when I'm looking for different things that can make the market move, I'm not going to look at the news inside MT5. I use another a third-party website, right? On the next part, we have the mailbox, right? The mailbox is where you see the emails that you have been sent by your broker or by Metatrader regarding the activity in your account, right? We also have the calendar. The calendar is where you see the events, the news events that are happening in the market, right? So some people would say, how do you know that there is news coming up? There is CPI, there's whatever it is, people that trade the news. You can see it right here. All the news that are coming, you are going to see it right here. And you also see the date of the news. You also see the priority, right? So if this box is red, which means this news have high impact in the market, right? And you are going to see the dates and a lot of things that you can see. You can see here there was the PPI. You can see there's the note auction. There is a lot of things. The oil market report. A lot of news that can push prices up and down of the market, right? We also have the company. I don't think you use this one. And then the alerts. If you place your alerts on your charts, you're going to see alerts right here, right now. You also can get articles. On this article, you can learn how to use different strategies. So these are articles from people who are participating inside of the MQL5 forum. So Metatrader have got a forum of traders where millions and millions of people discuss things about trading, and where you get different interesting stories or strategies or EAs that people are sharing, or any information that people are sharing. You can get it on an article, right? Okay, now let's go to the interesting part of this video, which is where I show you how to change the colors of this chart. And also after that, I'll show you how to set up your stop losses and take profit, right? So when you open MetaTrader for the first time, it comes with this black and green chart, which is, for me, I don't like this chart at all. And the first thing that I do when I open my MetaTrader, or if I download the MetaTrader to a new device, is to change the colors, right? So to change the colors for MetaTrader 5, the only thing that you want to do is you want to go to your chart, and then you want to right click on the center of the chart or wherever on the chart, right? And you want to go to F8 or properties, right? So you go to properties or you click F8 on your keyboard. Once you get this, this is where you change your chart colors, right? So in this case, you can see that we have different schemes, right? So what you can do is you can just change by clicking on this scheme. You get a drop down, you click yellow on white, and it changes to yellow. You can also change to green on black, it changes. And then what most people do is just color on white like this. Now you have a clear or a white chart, or a chart that is better to look at, but I'm not gonna use this one, right? So if you want to use your own colors, what you want to do is right click again, go back to F8. When you go back to F8, the first thing that I want to remove is the grid, and then I will remove the grid. Next thing is bar up. The bar up is the wicks, right? So I'm gonna change the wicks to blue, right? So if the market is moving to the upside, I want to see blue candlesticks, right? Someone can choose green candlesticks, someone can choose any color that you want, but I like blue, and I'll go for that blue. For bar down, I'm gonna go again with blue, right? Now the candlestick color, for the candlestick that is going to the upside, I'm gonna select blue. Okay, for the candle that is going to the downside, I'm going to select red, right? So I have to change bar down to red, bar down again to red. Now I have a blue and red chart, right? So you can change also the volume. If you want to use volume, you can change the volume color. You can also change the bid price color, the ask price color, but I would like to leave it like this. Then you click OK. Now you have this blue and red colors, right? Now, why do I like to use blue and red instead of the classic green and red? Now, what I've realized that when the market is moving and you are in a trade, right? Sometimes these colors can influence your decisions a little bit. Like if the market is pushing to the upside, right, and you are in a buy trade, this buy trade is in profit, right? There is sometimes when you see this and you see maybe the market giving you a red candle, and you might start thinking maybe the market is starting to reverse just because the candle is red and the candle is if even closed, but the change of color can even influence the way you exit your trades. And this is not tested, and this is just something that I thought it happens all the time, right? Now, this is how you change your colors on MetaTrader 5. Before I go, I want to show you how to save this color so that whenever you open your MetaTrader, it doesn't go back to the default color, right? So now what you want to do is you want to get this back to a normal window like this, right? So next thing is just right click and go to templates. When you go to templates, just click on save template. Now this is where you want to pay attention. When you click save template, where it says template name, if you want to make sure that this is the color that every chart opens on, you just want to change this name to default. Just go to default and then you click save. Now this is going to be saved as a default color. Now if I go here and select any instrument right here, for example GBP USD, and then I click chart window, you're going to see that it's going to open with the default color because the template that we created is the default template. Now you can use templates in different ways, which is exactly what I'm going to show you now. So the way that you can use templates is that, let's say you have your charts, right, and you have different strategies with different indicators, right? You can save templates for each and every strategy that you have, right? So if I go here on templates right here, and if I click ADX, this is the template that comes with the ADX indicator. If you say, let's say I want to use the ADX as my strategy, if I click on that, I'm going to see that this chart is going to go to the ADX window, and then I can check if I get the trades. If I don't get the trades that I want, I can even change this template to maybe the Bollinger Bands, and then now I have the Bollinger Bands on the chart, and you can just switch from one template to another, and you can save your strategies as templates. Each and every strategy is a template, and now all you have to do is open your charts, choose the template, and analyze the market in that template. In this case, we want to go back to our default template, which is our colored window. Okay, now let me show you how to place your stop losses and take profits in the right way. Okay, now what is a take profit and a stop loss, right? So a stop loss is an order that cancels your trade automatically at a certain loss, and a take profit is an order that cancels your trades automatically at a certain profit, right? So let's say, for example, I've been analyzing this market, and for some reasons I'm thinking about buying this, right? So what I can do right here is I can just click on this order form right here, and then I can just click buy. When I click buy here, you can see that there is an arrow which shows that this is a buy trade that I've just placed here, right? Now to add these take profits and stop losses, there's two ways. The first way is that you can come to your trade as it running, and then you click here where it says SL, which is the stop loss, right? First of all, before you do this, you have to know where your stop loss needs to be. So for example, let's say my stop loss needs to be below this week right here, right? And it needs to be right here. So I'll just look at this number. This is 1.2810. So now I can just come here to where it says SL, and then I double click. When you double click here, it's going to give you a window where you want to, where you change your stop losses and take profits, right? So I can just type in 1.2810, or I can just use the crosshair tool right here to measure from where I am, from where the trade is to where I want the stop loss to be. And then I can see it's 263 points, right? Now when I double click here, I can come here where it says points, and then I can just type in 263 points. If I do this, the stop loss is going to be exactly where it needs to be. For my take profit, let's say I just want to do the same 263, making it a one-to-one risk to reward trade, and then I'll just click modify, right? So when I click modify right here, I have my take profit and stop loss on the trade already, right? Now 263 simply means 23 pips, right? Now, this is just something that I did by knowing that the stop loss needs to be here. But what if you want to know exactly how much money is it from your entry to your stop loss? Now, this is where you need to go to a third-party website or to calculate your position size, right? So to do that, you can go to a website like nforest.com, my FX book, Baby Pips. There's a lot of website that gives you a position size calculator. So let's just go to Google and Google position size calculator. If I do this, you're going to see that there's a lot of position size calculators that you can use right here, right? So you choose any website that you want, and you are going to see how it works. So what you want to do first is you want to measure, use your crosshair to measure from your entry to your stop loss, right? So in this case, we said 263 points, which is 26 pips, right? So my currency is USD. My account size. So in this case, I want to know how much money do I need to place on my trade. So let's say I have $100 account, right? And I want to risk 5% of my account on this trade, right? And my stop loss in pips is 26. As I said, 263 points is 26 pips, right? And the currency pair is GBP USD. And now I just have to click result or calculate. Now the result shows me that the amount of money that I have to place a trade is the amount of money that I'm risking per 5% is $5. The units that I need is 1,923, which is 0.019, which is to the nearest, rounding off to the nearest latest number is 0.02. So if I want to risk $5 on this trade from here where I'm placing the trade, so let's do this. So if I want to risk $5 from here to here, that means I need to use a 0.02 risk to lot size, sorry, 0.02 lot size, and then I'll click buy. So if I do this, that simply means that my trade from here to here is going to be risking $5. If I lose, I'm going to be losing only $5. So that's how you calculate your stop losses, right? On the take profits is the same. You just measure from where you want your where the entry is to where you want your take profit to be. In this case, it's 34 pips, which means if you put 34 pips, we are going to see the same thing. But what I like to do mostly is that if I calculate the stop loss, just to make sure that the take profit is 2 times the stop loss. That's how you put your stop losses and take profits on Metatrader 5. Now, the next thing that we want to talk about, which is the final thing, is how to add indicators to this chart, right? So we have this chart right here, and we want to add indicators. What we can do is we want to click on this button which says indicators. So if I click here, there's going to be a drop down list of a lot of indicators, right? You can choose from trending indicators, oscillators, volume indicators, Bill Williams indicators, and a lot of custom indicators that are created by a lot of people, right? Now, the most used indicator, of course, is going to be the moving average, right? So the moving average is the first indicator that we are going to be using, right? So let's just go to trend and then we add the moving average. So on this panel here, you just have to change the size or the period of the moving average. So in this case, I'll just write in 50 on the period here. For the shift, I want it to be 0. On the method, you can put exponential, smooth, linear, or symbol. I like to use exponential. And then we apply to the close of the candle, and then the color of the moving average and the size of the line is going to be red. Okay, so like this. So now I click OK. You can see that I've managed to add the 50 period moving average. How do you use the 50 period moving average? We have a lot of videos that explain that. I'll leave a link in the description below. But for now, this is the first indicator. The next indicator that you can use is the next range of indicators that you can use is the oscillators. Now the oscillators create their own window below of the main chart. For example, if I put on the MACD, you are going to see that the MACD is going to be below this chart, right? So for example, let's just add the MACD. Now you can see I have the MACD chart below the main window. So this is called the main chart window, and this is called the indicator window. Now the MACD or the oscillator indicators, they are calculated based on what is happening on the main chart. So the data is going to be filled right here. If you want to learn how to use the MACD indicator, I also have a video. I will leave that video in the description of this video. Okay, now this is how you use MetaTrader 5 as a beginner. So we talked about how to use the market watch, how to use the terminal window. We talked about the chart window, how to change different time frames, and a lot of things. If you think that there's some things that you don't understand that I've left, make sure you leave a comment and I will answer all your questions. Don't forget to download the free trading robot that trades for you. I'll give it 100% free. I'll leave the link in the description below.